It's bloody on the internet, isn't it? One of these bloody podcast things.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast, brought to you by Guy, Sharyn and Clint.
We don't have a sponsor.
Yeah.
Fishing for one now, though, officially now.
We do have a sponsor.
Who's a sponsor?
My uncle's pottery shop in Nelson, South Street Gallery.
Is that why you plugged them today on the show?
Yeah, because he keeps asking why he's not the sponsor of Nelson News.
Because he hasn't paid any money.
Neither's anyone else.
No,
so
but
South Street Gallery and also my other uncle's fish and chip shop, Mr. Grumpy's.
Real fish and chip shop?
It's world famous for their potato fritters. Go try them all, guys, and a hot dog.
where is it?
All new burger menu.
In what town?
I don't actually know.
You don't know where it is. You've done a
Hang
plug
on,
for
I'll
a
look
fish
it up.
and chip shop
I'll go
somewhere
look
in
it up,
New
'cause
Zealand.
He always tells me how he's like, Sharyn, you never plug Mr. Grumpy's on the radio. And I'm like, well, it's a fish and chip shop, uncle.
Fair call.
Let me look it up, guys.
Hypothetically,
Don't
if
give
we
it
could,
time.
if
It
we
is
could
on
have
135 Seabury Avenue, Foxton Beach, guys.
Foxton
Where's
Beach.
Foxton Beach?
It's in Foxton,
you idiot. God.
Where's Foxton?
just north of Wellington,
Yeah, it's at a grape site.
where they make Foxton Fizz.
They also have their old, if you go like them on Facebook too, they give away $20 vouchers.
Oh, piss off.
Someone just won a $20 prize
Shut
pack.
up, you stupid lady.
Here's today's podcast.
Sorry about that.
It includes
Shut up, you
Guy's
tall
Travel Guide
man.
to Travel, Nelson News, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we did today. Enjoy
Just shut up.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Portaloos are always an interesting situation. We've all had to encounter one at least once this week, right? When we went to that Laneway Festival downtown in Auckland.
Yes, we did. I hate how they don't have lights in them when it gets dark.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Yeah.
I didn't encounter one. I always squeeze, that was a bad term. I go to the bathroom before and after. I would rather piss myself, I reckon. I hate them so much.
Really? You're
Yeah.
that opposed to a Portaloo?
I can't stand anything about them. Sometimes, like big day out, you have to go, and it is a nightmare situation for me.
My flatmate couldn't avoid them, and he went. And you know how you sort of hang your sunglasses off the neck of your t-shirt if it's not sunny. Like
If you're a loser,
well, no, you can't wear your sunglasses in a toilet because it's dark. And the Portaloos.
put them on your head.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, or you can dangle them off your shirt.
You can dangle them off your shirt.
Put them in your pocket.
Okay,
Shut up.
any one of those locations would still make this thing that happen.
Sorry.
He was standing up to use the Portaloo, and I don't know how he did it, but he must have leant over somehow, and his glasses slipped from wherever he had them fixed on his body. It could happen off your face as well. And his sunglasses fell straight into the Portaloo, and it's not one of those Portaloos with a flap where you put enough liquid on it and the flap opens and closes.
Like the long drop ones.
Straight down into the Portaloo juices. I know, right? What an awful and they don't float. The sunglasses don't float typically.
Thinking happy thoughts.
Straight down to the bottom of the Portaloo.
Okay.
Oh, yuck.
So you
After a whole day of festivals.
so you'd think, right? You'd just go, that's an awful situation. I've lost my sunglasses.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get insurance or something like that.
Especially in those Portaloos that have no sinks to wash your hands in.
He reached into the Portaloo to get his sunglasses out. And I swear to God, this is a true story. He reached in, and he had a moment before he did. He's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Bam, into the Portaloo. He said the liquid in the Portaloo was warm, and his hand was in there, and he was up to his wrist, and he was like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm already in here up to my wrist. I may as well go a bit further and see if I can find them. He put his hand down further, made contact with stuff that
Stop the story!
wasn't sunglasses.
Stop the story!
And only at that point, once he'd got his hand on something disgusting, did he pull his hand out.
No, what was it?
What do you think it was? He didn't pull it out. He wasn't like, these aren't sunglasses, but let's pull it out and find out what it is.
I love how much this is torturing Sharyn. This is horrific.
He pulled his hand out, and I was like, what did you do? Did you go and find a hose? Did you find a scrubbing brush and scrub your arm down?
The dirty mongrel probably just weed on his hands.
You know what he did? He goes, it was all good. They had hand sanitizer. He rubbed hand sanitizer onto his hands and went back to the festival for the rest of the day.
Nailed it.
I can't. My mic's broken. I can't hear this story anymore.
Sharon's disgusted.
So I thought
I feel vomity.
But you've done this close to. You dropped your cell phone in the toilet.
Whoa, massive difference. Okay, so I went to the bathroom with my cell phone and I had it in my back pocket. And when I got up, I'd like flush, and then I got up and as I was pulling my pants back up, my phone fell out and fell into the toilet. Thank goodness it was after I'd flushed. But the best part was I came back and I was crying because I was having a really bad day. And
As
Clint,
you do.
and Clint goes, "Get in here, let me have a look." And I was like, he goes, "Where did you drop it?" And I was like, "In the toilet."
It was already in my hands by the time she told me it had been in the toilet. So I thought we could take some phone calls this afternoon on things you've dropped into the toilet.
Hey, keep the toilet conversation going.
Because you've dropped your cell phone, he dropped his sunnies. People would have dropped all kinds of things into the toilet. And whether you fished it out or not, what have you dropped into the toilet this afternoon?
0800 The Edge or text us to 3343. There's got to be some wedding rings or something like that out there.
Was it a toilet? Was it a portaloo? Let us know. Sharyn would love some more portaloo chat. That's all I know. Yeah, so that yarn just before about the portaloo situation and sunglasses. Sorry if it grossed you out. We meant to put a disclaimer on the front of it again.
Yeah.
But it was a real story. Sunglasses in the portaloo, fishing them out.
How much were the sunglasses worth?
They were like flash sunglasses. I think they were worth about $250.
What's your limit? That's what you got to ask yourself. How much? I'd probably go in for $250 sunglasses. That's quite expensive.
$250, you know, I meant, eh?
Yeah, my glasses. Yeah, I'd go in for $2.50 ones. Yeah.
My mum just emailed in, Mary Ellen, just no words apart from tears of laughter. That's ruined my makeup. Thanks, Clint. So Mary Ellen was into the toilet story, but what have you dropped down the toilet? 0800 The Edge. Katrina, what was yours?
My top teeth.
Have you got false teeth?
Just the top ones, yes.
At least,
Was this in a normal toilet or a portaloo?
No, unfortunately, it was a porta toilet at a concert.
and are those teeth in your mouth right now as you're talking to us?
Yes.
Katrina! How did you clean them?
I know, but it did take me a while once I cleansed them and got them out, and every time I put them back in my mouth, all I could think of was where they had been, even though they were sterilised again.
Katrina, oh my god, that's disgusting. Do false teeth float is what I need to know.
Yeah, no.
Did you, I don't need to ask any more questions because otherwise I'm going to start like lame gags like calling you poo breath and stuff.
Yeah.
So wait there, Katrina. Thank you so much for calling.
She deserves a prize.
Yeah, Chang, please find Katrina something.
Get her some tooth hygiene stuff. Some mouthwash.
0800 The Edge. Nick, what have you dropped down the toilet?
I dropped my car keys.
Oh, yeah. So you need those back, don't you?
Yeah, but the worst thing about it was the immobiliser on it, kind of didn't work afterwards.
Oh, so
it would have been all jammed up.
So there was no point in getting them out, is that what you were saying?
Well, I had to get them out so I could get my house key, but other than that, I was kind of screwed.
Real toilet or portaloo?
Portaloo at worksite.
Oh!
You're killing me here. You're killing me here. Thanks for your call, Nick. Well, God. We'll take one more. 0800 The Edge. Steve, tell us your story about what you dropped down the toilet.
Steve, that's me, Steve, is it?
Yeah, that's you, Steve.
Is your name Steve?
No, but I'd rather not.
You got a fake name. Fake name. Okay.
Pseudo Steve. What's your story?
Okay, what happened was I was during work. I went to get an engagement ring, $9,000 engagement ring. I decided on the way I thought I'd go quick, go to the toilet, and I went to the toilet, and the whole thing dropped in the toilet, going for number 2, and I'm lucky I didn't flush.
Okay.
Is your fiancé now wearing the engagement ring?
Yes.
Have you ever told her the story?
No.
Keep it that way.
Fake Steve. Yeah, if I have any advice, do not ever tell your fiancé that story. Otherwise,
amazing.
You're going to be buying her some more diamonds.
It makes it more special. Yeah. It makes it more special.
Yeah, you didn't.
It's like it's been baptised in holy water.
Baptised in poo water.
Steve, you're a legend, mate. You had to go in for that ring. I feel very, very sorry for you.
That is really horrible.
There's some interesting text coming in. Credit card, keys and purse. Someone said they dropped their dignity in the toilet. I had my cell phone in my bra. I'd been drinking and was throwing up in the toilet. Bleak.
Class.
And my phone fell in the toilet. I was too drunk, so my friend /hair holder pulled it out for me.
Oh.
That is a true friend.
That is disgusting.
I'm a plumber and I had to fish a pair of false teeth out of a septic tank. And finally, my mum dropped my cousin in the toilet when she was 8 months old.
Wow.
She must have been holding it over the toilet to go use the toilet.
Either that or she
I don't
had
care
it in
how
her
it
shirt
happens.
pocket.
Well, it's like those people that give birth on the toilet. They don't know they're pregnant.
No,
They're
this
like,
baby was
whoa.
8 months old though. It had been
You know what
kicking
I'm
around
saying?
for a
I'm
while.
surprised we didn't get one of those toilet birth
People
stories.
have babies into the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah, people that don't realise they're pregnant.
Society is going to the dogs.
That is how we're
America.
starting the show with Toilet Chat. We'll see if we can go the other 3.5 hours without mentioning the toilet. We'll
Sorry
do our
about
best.
the
God,
standard
I
of
hope so.
talk.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the edge.
Do you guys know who Floyd Mayweather is?
Love
he's,
him.
He's an amazing boxer, and a lot of people would know him because he always used to roll around with 50 Cent, and now he's the boxer that's not friends with 50 Cent anymore, but has Justin Bieber in the
That's
ring
right.
with him as well.
Bieber is his lead-in dude, eh?
I was getting confused with Pink Floyd, but yeah, I know who you're talking about now. He has Little Wayne as well. Little Wayne, who sits ringside and doesn't even have a shirt on most of the time.
And it's really funny whenever he fights too, because he talks more smack than like any person
Yeah.
that I've ever witnessed.
Floyd Money Mayweather is what they call him, not just because he's worth so much money. He's worth $350 million, side
Yeah.
note, from boxing. They call him Floyd Money Mayweather as well because have you heard about these ridiculous bets that he's been putting on?
He puts money on anything.
And he always does it in big wads of cash.
He bets in cash and he takes an Instagram photo of him putting the cash. It's so like...
He's such a moron, but it's awesome at the same time.
I bet you he doesn't put up the pictures. Oh, no, he does actually. He puts up the pictures when he loses too. So he's not just showing the ones where he wins. He puts up his losing bets too.
He also makes these massive bets. He did this about 6 months ago. He made this massive bet that he won, but he didn't actually make any money on it.
Yeah.
Like, it was really ridiculous.
So just to give you some stats on what he's bet, he last year put $3 million on a college football game. So you'd think that, well, he must have won so much. He only won $400,000.
Yeah.
That's not that much when you're risking $3 million, right?
Yeah.
He put $5.9 million on a Miami Heat game last year.
This is so stupid.
From that one, though, he won $6.5 million profit, so he doubled his money. You know how the Super Bowl is on Monday?
Yeah.
Who's playing in that?
The Denver Broncos and the Seattle Sea Hornets or Hawks.
Seahawks. So he has just put, and this is his biggest one so far, and this is why it's making the news.
Yeah.
Apparently, and it's still a rumour at this stage because he hasn't posted the photo, apparently Floyd Mayweather has put $10.4 million on the Seahawks.
I thought he'd put them on the
What?
Broncos.
Or one of them. On one of the teams, he's put $10.4 million.
I think it's on the Broncos, the favourites, Peyton Manning. Yeah.
How much did he put on Bruno Mars to stuff up the halftime show? Did he put a bet on that?
That would be a good thing to bet on, or a Bruno Mars nip slip.
Oh God! There's always a nip slip at the Super Bowl, isn't there? Janet Jackson, looking at you, sister.
The most awesome thing about the Super Bowl is just all the stuff that happens around today. The halftime show, the ads. To be honest, the sport's not even that exciting. I'd rather watch a Seahawk fight a Bronco, like the animals
The
fight.
animals, that would be pretty
better.
good. I only enjoy the Super Bowl was when I didn't used to work in the afternoon, and we would go to my friend Ellie is American, and she used to have Super Bowl at her house.
They do good Super Bowl parties, eh?
And she'd make us little hot dogs and like all these different American like traditional foods that they have when they watch the Super Bowl, like fried chicken and sloppy joes and stuff. And we'd watch the halftime show. It's
Stuff it
pretty
in
cool.
your face. Just getting real fat. It's the
Just
American
Just
way.
lying
It's
back
awesome.
with a couple of dogs on my tum.
So, if you're ever looking for someone to make gambling cool, Floyd Mayweather is trying pretty hard.
And also, the cool thing about him is he is a real bad gambler, and you're probably thinking, why doesn't he give that money to charity? He actually gives ridiculous amounts of money to charity as well, so he's doing that and gambling, guys.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the edge.
It's time for New Zealand's favourite low-cost game show.
Win!
Clint's. Welcome to the game show, New Zealand's. It's becoming slightly more favourite after someone almost won it yesterday. We're giving away Clint's crappy $1,000 car because we couldn't get a proper car on the show.
So, yesterday we came dangerously close to giving this away, didn't we?
It was thrilling. It was the most exciting thing of my life.
It was. She was only on a technicality did she not win this because she said Hastings and she said Taupo, and they had to be New Zealand cities, and sadly those ones aren't cities. So if you missed out on Serena yesterday, here's a highlight.
Name 9 New Zealand cities. Go.
Wellington, Christchurch, Dunedin, Auckland, Gisborne, Hamilton, Hastings, Invercargill. One more. Taupo.
Did she just get there?
So, without a word of a lie, yesterday my vehicular transportation world almost came crashing down around me. However, we got on a technicality because Taupo is not actually a city. Since then, the post on Facebook, on our Facebook page, about giving this car away, can I just read you guys some of the comments on there?
Sure.
This is to give you an example of the type of car you're going to win. Underneath the photo it says, Callan Gooch, why do you hate your listeners so much? Han Cook, yeah man, who wouldn't want it? Would be perfect as my kid's toy on the farm. Haha, this is my real life everyday car that I drive to business meetings.
Probably good.
Aaron Davidson, oh god, not this hunk of SHIT, Clint, haha. And Rex Taylor, would it be good for a demolition car? Again, my real car.
And answer is no.
It is pretty amazing, but we are going to have another go at this game. It's called 9 in 10. We stole this blatantly off Paul Henry. Guy will give you a question, and you have to give 9 answers in 10 seconds. Sophie, do you know how the game works?
Sophie.
Sophie!
Sophie!
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Sophie, what were you doing?
I thought you said Seb.
Oh, that's
Okay.
sweet as. Are you excited to play the
Oh,
game?
yeah, it's okay.
If we're going to do this, get it over and done with. Give her a topic and I can start the timer.
Okay.
Good luck, Sophie.
Sophie, your topic is South American countries. Go.
Chile, Brazil. All I know is Enrique Iglesias comes from there. Probably got me.
Enrique
Sophie.
Iglesias is not a correct answer.
Enrique Iglesias' mole, however, would have been. Thank you so much, Sophie. We've
That's a
got...
capital of Enrique Iglesias' face.
It's not even on there anymore. He got his mole removed.
Okay.
Who does that?
So that's good. We're good for today. I get to keep my car again.
No, we're
we
gonna do
got
another
another
one.
one. Glenn,
Hello.
welcome to the show, my friend. Do you think you're going to do better than Sophie?
Hopefully only just though, maybe.
Give Glenn his topic, and I'm going to kick this timer off so fast.
Good luck, Glenn.
Glenn,
Thank you. Yep.
start as soon as I say what the topic is. Your topic is professional soccer players. Go.
Oh, no idea. No idea.
Name one. Come on, hurry up.
No, you're right.
No.
Name none.
You know, when I grew up in the 70s, my dad said that only posters played soccer.
Glenn, it
Your
wasn't...
dad's a homophobe.
Glenn, it wasn't bad story time. It was 9 and 10, and you just missed out on winning a car.
Just wait.
I failed miserably.
Glenn.
No, rugby might have been a bit different, but not soccer.
Glenn, can you name just try now for the sake of humanity? Can you just name one soccer player?
Ronaldo.
Thank you. Thank God.
And that is a successful way of running Don't Win Clint's car. I'm happy with that one.
We're going to be playing Win Clint's car again this time tomorrow.
We're going to give away his car, is what she's trying to say. Fix your microphone, Shaz Dog.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint. On the edge!
Yesterday, we found out that Margot Robbie, the star of The Wolf of Wall Street, was in New Zealand. You may remember her playing Donna on Neighbours. You may remember her as the Duchess, who was Leonardo DiCaprio's wife.
That's how I remember her, and will
Wolf of Wall Street.
forever remember her.
I remember her from looking at her beautiful pictures on the internet. And kissing the internet as well.
She has been penned as, alongside Jennifer Lawrence, they are the two hottest actresses in Hollywood right now. And
I think Margot Robbie's number one.
I mean hottest as in people want to get a piece of her and put them in a movie. And
Yeah, and also want to get a piece of her and smush her, kiss her on the lips.
that's true. Well, we sent out a $1,000 bounty yesterday for people to tweet her, to if they see her, get her to call us. And we have heard back from Margot Robbie herself, and she has heard about it.
I was getting text messages. The crew members were coming up on set and telling me about it. I was getting tweets.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've been inundated with requests. Everyone wants $1,000.
Yay!
That's from the interview that we recorded with her about half an hour ago.
Yes, and she is going to be on the show with us tomorrow at 5:15, and she was amazing. She talked about anything that we asked her.
She was really, really good. Like, you get celebrity interviews quite a lot, and they either have things that they just don't want to talk about, or they don't want to offend anyone, or they're too cool to be talking to you. It's a pain in the ass for them to be there. Not her. She seemed like she was happy to talk to us. She was glad that the $1,000 was going somewhere good, and it was awesome.
Yeah, she was wicked.
I asked her what Leonardo DiCaprio's hair smelled like. That was my only question.
I think this is it.
They were surprised.
Oh, this one here.
What does Leonardo DiCaprio's hair smell like?
I can't say I specifically got close and sniffed his hair.
What
so
about his breath?
I can't give an accurate answer.
I don't believe you.
I didn't make a conscious effort to smell his hair.
So we got away with asking her anything. We even played a game with her called Tabloid True or False, where we asked her about dating Orlando Bloom, about dating Leonardo DiCaprio, whether she's going to pose for Playboy. We even asked her how she gets such a hot body. And if you want the answers to all of those questions, then make sure you join us tomorrow at 5:15 because Margot Robbie will be on the show with us.
It's a bit of a coup for us, really, isn't it?
And the best thing is that she heard about it and then she heard it herself on the show, and so she's keeping the $1,000 to give to 2 New Zealand charities, and you'll find out what those charities are tomorrow.
Thank you to everybody who tweeted about it, who texted about it, who somehow got it to her attention on the Banks Peninsula. She did hear about it, and tomorrow, 5:15, Margot Robbie on the show.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the Edge.
Last week, you may have heard Guy Williams take us on a journey to Matamata with a new segment called, now I'm going to get this right, Guy's Travel Guide to Travel.
It's a catchy title.
It's very confusing.
I haven't successfully said it once myself. I have to write it down and then read it out.
It was good, though, because for once it made Matamata sound like it was an exciting place to go to.
It is a very exciting place to go to.
You leave Matamata alone, Sharyn.
What's the Matamata?
You didn't even really nail that joke.
So, Guy, where are we going this week?
So proud of yourself. This week, Clint, we're going to New Plymouth.
Question, have you ever actually been to New Plymouth?
I'm glad you asked that because I've barely been to Matamata, so it hasn't stopped me before. I have been to New Plymouth. I went there once. I went to the City Centre Mall and bought a T-shirt that said New York. Have I been to New York? Good question. No, I haven't. But that's the great thing about malls. They're full of T-shirts with cities' names on them that people have never been before. I also have a T-shirt that says Miami.
On that note, this is this week's Guy's Travel Guide to Travel.
Hi. I'm Guy, the Travel Guy, and welcome to Guy, the Travel Guy's Guide to Travel. The new guide for guys and non-guys to learn about the hidden treasures right here in New Zealand, Aotea, New Zealand. Kiwis love their OEs, but why travel to Paris when there's so many great possibilities in Porirua? Why visit the Eiffel Tower when you can get an eyeful of the Hokitika Clock Tower? Today I'm in the beautiful New Plymouth, the rocky seaside jewel, the rural metropolis, the Times Square of the Taranaki. There's so much to do in this Western wonderland, so let's check it out. Whoa! Woo! Man! Whoa! Whoa! New Plymouth is situated on the west coast of the North Island and is a quick 2-hour drive from Wanganui. From anywhere else, it's probably not worth it. The first thing you notice when you drive into town on a clear day is the beautiful Mount Taranaki. Unfortunately, it's never a clear day, so you'll probably never see it. Strange but true. Mount Taranaki was not featured in any of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films. The first thing you should do when you visit New Plymouth is the New Plymouth Information Centre /library/museum/war memorial/teenage gang pad. If you make it past the Taranaki youth gangs who can be deadly, you should also go to the waterfront to check out the genius Lenlai's beautiful wind stick. It's a stick that blows in the wind and it's genius. Other things you should check out in Taranaki: cows, the Shell oil rig,
Dad, there's been a leak!
the Yarrow's bread factory, Yarrow's stadium, Yarrow's bread museum, Yarrow's library featuring books on bread, Willie's bar, the bar that Bull Allen made love outside during his glory days. Good times. That's all for this week. Join me next week when I go to Blenheim. Damn it! Blenheim! Ka kite anō.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the Edge.
Oh, yuck. I got mental images of Bull Allen having intercourse.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint.
On the bloody edge.
Hello again and welcome to another edition of Nelson News, brought to you by the Wakatu Hotel in Nelson. It's not actually a hotel, it's more just a depressing bar. And here is this week's Nelson News.
It's actually voiceover man, the Wakatu Hotel, and my cousin used to live there, so it's not that depressing.
It's more depressing.
Anyway, in depressing Nelson News today, the big story it went national yesterday. Actually, I don't know if you saw this. The man who has $4,500 worth of parking tickets and said, quote, "I'm an easy target." The story goes like this. A Nelson man who has received $4,500 worth of tickets since November for failing to have a warrant or a registration says he's being targeted by the council. Isaac Tikitarangi's registration and warrant lapsed on the 12th of in November 2012, and he's had to wait before he could afford the $900 to fix his car to service the warrant. All right. After receiving his first round of tickets on the 21st, Titirangi attempted to explain his problem and figured out a way of paying it back. However, he kept on driving his car and kept on getting tickets until he now has 23 tickets. Court proceedings loom, and the amount owing increases. Life coach, fitness trainer and sickness beneficiary Titirangi says there must be a more productive way, and he's calling for a petition to get the council to change their policy on tickets. Here's a tip, Isaac from Nelson. Stop breaking the law. Don't drive your car. Nelson's tiny anyway. Just walk places. This man is the stupidest man I have ever met in my entire life. If I once got stung by a bee, I wouldn't touch the bee again to see if it would sting me again, would I? This guy just continually makes the same problem, and it just makes me so angry. Douchebags in Nelson who just can't figure stuff out. My other story, which is a bit more of an upper, maybe not, is from Nelson News. Doesn't have to be from Nelson, it can be from Napier. The Napier City Council has been caught short after discovering that thousands of people it thought were visiting its museum were just popping in to use the toilet. It now needs to revise its plan, its 10-year plan, that on building a new visitor facility for its museum, which is going to cost $18 million. So basically, they had stats, saying that 600,000 people were visiting the museum. Turns out, up to 500,000 of those visits are for the toilets.
Aww.
As a result of having 600,000 toilet visits, though, they've upped the fee of their rebuild to $18 million. They're going to bankrupt their city for a flash basic toilet block. They're the stupidest people in the world. This story was on the Dominion Post, and the headline was, get it, we've got a wee problem. Classic headline from Dominion Post. High five.
Nelson News is proudly brought to you by the Nelson Giants, Nelson's most popular team, mainly because there's all else to do in Nelson. And here's the Nelson News.
So that was Nelson News. I want to hear other small town news from around the country. That was from Napier and Nelson. It could be from anywhere. Tell us your crappy stories that make you angry or are kind of funny or weird. Things that happen in small towns are always awesome.
And we've got Jake on the line. Jake, where are you from, first of all?
I just want to say on behalf of Dunedin how much we hate Justin Bieber.
So everyone in Dunedin hates Justin Bieber. Why do you hate him so much?
Oh, I'm seeing him all over Facebook these days about how he's driving drunk and stoned in his Lamborghini going through, I think it was New York or something. And then I go on to Facebook today and I see him, he's bloody assaulted a limo driver or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you, any idea what Dunedin will do to get back at Justin Bieber? Do you want to start a petition or something like that?
Oh, well, first I think he needs to get deported out of the United States.
Great idea.
They're trying to send him back to Canada or something.
Yeah, they just want him gone, I think. Yeah.
Well, there's another idea that you could help you back at home. Tonight on The Night Show, Marty and Steph are going to try and ban Justin Bieber music playing on The Edge. So maybe if you want to join that between 8 and 9, they're going to be taking all the votes. So get Dunedin behind that.
Yeah, I'll be the first person on there.
Okay, good.
Right, thanks, Jake.
Good to hear.
Wait there, we've got tickets for you to go and see Paranormal Activity, the marked ones.
We've also got Dana on the phone from Pukekohe. What's happening there, Dana?
Well, for the last 4 weeks, the front page of the newspaper has been that they've had to close down the park because, you get burn friction when you go down the slide.
And that made the front page of the newspaper in Pukekohe.
Mate, it has been the news for 4 weeks.
Hey, that is a big story. I've been to Pukekohe before, and that slide is off the hook.
Is it one of those slides that have wooden sides? Because I will vouch for that, because I had a kind of chubby legs go down the slide in Waimea once, and it had wood on the side, and I got a stick in my leg.
Did you ever get stuck in a slide?
No.
You totally did.
No, I didn't get stuck in a slide, but I did get stuck in a swing.
Oh, good.
You got stuck in a swing?
Those swings that you have to sit in.
Put that on the front page of the Pukekohe newspaper, because that's also a big story. Good to see things are happening in Pukekohe. My favourite thing about Pukekohe newspaper is they have this section which is Constable Clint or something like that. Not you, Clint, but there's another Constable Clint down Pukekohe. And every week he does a story about things that are relevant to the police.
Yeah.
When I was in Pukekohe last, his story was, call us if you have things stolen. Like, who else are you supposed to call in Pukekohe? Like, so people in Pukekohe calling the fire department, so this is a problem that they have? People in Pukekohe just get their gun and try and solve it themselves. Like, hey, get the police involved.
Dana, thank you for your call. That right there is another edition of Nelson News.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint.
If you follow Margot Robbie on Twitter, who plays the wife of Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, also used to be Donna on Neighbours. She was in About Time with Rachel McAdams as well. You may have noticed that she tweeted about 2 minutes ago, I would tune into the Edge NZ if I were you, and that is because we got to interview her today. We had a bounty on her head, and she managed to hear about it, and she gave us a call.
We're so lame, mate. We'll take a shot.
We were
You're
so
supposed
stoked.
to play our audio of her now,
I'm still
Clint.
basking in our humble.
We're actually in a state of shock right now. She tweeted at us, and we're so stoked that she even knows we exist.
And we're also stoked that she actually called us.
I was getting text messages. The crew members were coming up on set and telling me about it. I was getting tweets.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've been inundated with requests. Everyone wants the $1,000.
And the awesome thing about this is that we put a $1,000 bounty on Margot Robbie's head, and because she called us herself, she has decided that she is going to give $500 to 2 New Zealand charities around Banks Peninsula where she is filming at the moment, and she will reveal that tomorrow when she joins us on the show at 5:15. And the other awesome thing about her is that she answered any question that we asked her, including what her family thought about her being naked in The Wolf of Wall Street.
They were surprisingly understanding. Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't know it was going to go down so well. It was fine. There was like a bit of awkwardness between my brother and me, but other than that, everyone took it fairly well.
Thank you to everybody who joined that wee Twitter petition. We only launched it yesterday. To be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to work. Sharyn came up with the idea, like how we did the Tom Cruise bounty. I never said it to Shaz because go team go, but I didn't back up. I didn't back ourselves.
I had no faith in us either.
No, I knew that, guys, because I was sitting here at 8:30 this morning because I got told there would be a chance she would ring today. So I came here at 8:30. I was like, why aren't the other guys here? Did they not think she's going to call? And then she finally called, and she was one of the coolest people I've ever interviewed, and she will be on the show with us tomorrow at 5:15. And we ask her about all the big rumours about her, including Orlando Bloom, Leonardo DiCaprio. And if you want a hot body like her, I got creepy. I asked her how she is such a hot body, and she will tell you exactly how to look like her tomorrow.
Thanks to everyone who helped us spam her, because the interview's for you. Tomorrow at 5:15 on The Edge, Margot Robbie.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Shaz Dog, tell us about this dream,
Sharyn.
mate. You've dangled the dream carrot in front of me.
Yes. I have weird celebrity dreams.
Yeah.
Dreams about celebrities, and then I can't get that celebrity out of my head the next day. So there's a few times that, like, I watch TV shows and I'll have a dream about someone on Neighbours or something.
This is so bleak.
And I never would have thought they were hot, but then I'll have like a dream where I pash them and I'm like, oh my God. And it was like, when I first started working with Guy all the time, I had a dream that I was in bed and I rolled over and Guy was there.
Oh, that's my worst.
And he was like, morning. And I went to work the next
It's
morning.
your worst nightmare.
No.
Is that what you just said, Guy?
It was horrible. And we pashed. And next day I was like, do I find him attractive? That's so weird. And then I thought about it, I was like, no, I definitely don't.
Have you ever had a dream about all of us?
No.
Okay.
No.
Clint stood up to point to his body.
You're not really my type, babes, but sorry. You're really attractive and everything, but
I don't
anyway,
care.
Digging a hole, digging
I
a
had
hole.
this celebrity dream last night because there was an email. The last email I read before I went to sleep was an email going around about people trying to get Chris Lilly on their show, and I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool. I wonder how someone could get Chris Lilly. Went to sleep, and I was like, oh. What? Had this dream that I went to the gym I went to and I was going to Body Attack.
Body Attack.
And Chris Lilly.
It sounds like an assault.
It's like aerobics.
Yeah.
And Chris Lilly was the instructor of Body Attack.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, I could totally get Chris Lilly on our show because he's my Body Attack teacher. And after the show, I was like, hey, Chris, you should come on my show to be like really cool. Got him on the show and we're doing the interview. And Dom came in and started screaming at me for stealing their interview. And then I woke up because I was really scared because I get really scared when Dom yells.
So did you not sleep with Chris Lilly in the...
No, I told you, as I told you like 10 minutes ago, it wasn't a pornographic dream.
Clint's
it was like,
really disappointed.
Like last week I had a dream that I served beer to Jay-Z and that was my job. And then this week I was getting taught aerobics by
not to labour the point, but did
Chris
you have
Lilly.
sex with Jay-Z in that dream?
No, No, I was just serving him beer.
I thought these were sexy dreams.
No, well,
I
if
thought we were going to share.
You just added those details in
I
yourself.
thought we were going to share our sexy ass dreams.
No, we're just going to share like dreams.
Well, no, you're never going to hear my Katy Perry story, are you?
We'll have to do that.
That's not a dream, babe. That's a fantasy.
It's the same thing.
Because you're awake when that's happening.
Okay, all right.
So we want to know. I don't really know what we want to know. What do we want to know?
I want to know Clint's. I was about to go Chint. Clint's.
Side note, I know we're getting really distracted. Guy's got a really bad problem with confusing my name and Chang's name. He keeps calling me Chang and Chang Clint. You just called me Chint.
I'm getting better. At least it wasn't Chang.
If you'd said that to Chang, it would have been racist.
It would have been a bad day.
Whoa,
but I didn't, so it's okay.
Hey, you should just be thankful because we all won't know what your name spells when it's in capital letters.
Let's not go there. Let's not go. We've been in trouble on the internet for that.
Robbie.
She's quite annoyed.
Oh, Robbie, what was your celebrity dream?
My celebrity dream, well, I really like that program, My Dream of Genie. I always seem to think that I was in the genie bottle, you know?
Was the genie chick in the bottle as well?
Well, she probably was. I was probably having a great time down there with her.
Robbie, how long ago was I Dream of Genie on TV?
It's still on TV.
Probably before you were born, man, but that's okay.
And you're still holding the stream?
Fuck, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Do you know what?
Pretty amazing.
Do you know what, Robbie? I will defend you on this. I Dream of Genie is still on TV. So
on what channel?
It's on that
Jones.
That terrible
it's on Jones.
channel produced by Jason Gunn made it.
I love the Jones
He lives
channel.
in the past.
It's awesome.
It's depressing.
Brendan, what was your celebrity dream?
I took Miranda Kerr fishing, and then I caught a real big fish, but I let her tell everyone that she caught it so I could earn brownie points.
Good work.
Brendan, Miranda Kerr and fishing. Is this a sexy dream?
I guess if you wanted to, involve...
Oh, sorry, finish your sentence.
I don't know. I guess you could turn it sexy if you wanted to involve some sort of mermaid or something.
Snapper.
You guys slapped each other with fish.
I'll tell you where you can put that trout.
Where?
Don't elaborate.
Next pickup line I use.
Thanks for your call, Brendan. And we got one more from Hannah. Now, Hannah's one isn't a celebrity dream, but it's still a very weird dream. Hannah, what's the reoccurring dream you've been having?
Well, I work at Countdown, you see, so every night I have the same dream because I sleep naked, so I'm lying in bed naked, and a lady comes to my bed. Yeah, and a lady comes to my bed and she tells me to start scanning her groceries, and I say, well, I can't because I'm on my break, I'm sleeping, I'm naked, I can't scan your groceries. So she tells me she's going to get me fired if I don't do it. So I've got to stand there scanning groceries on my bed naked, and every night I wake myself up the same way by sitting up in bed and saying, do you want your receipt?
Wow. That's freaky.
Yeah.
Every night?
Pretty much every night.
Do you sleep alone? Do you have a partner or do you sleep alone?
Alone, yeah. Or I have friends stay over or something, yeah.
Wow.
You're thinking about work way too much, babes.
Yeah.
You really need to... Are you in competition with someone to be the fastest scanner? Because that's what used to get me up at night when I worked at Countdown.
Yeah, it keeps me up. It's really sad.
Oh.
Nice. Hey, thanks, Hannah. Just move on for 1 second because we've got one other caller here. Gary, hello.
G'day, buddy. How you doing?
Good, mate. Who was your dream about?
Oh, mate, it was this very cool celebrity radio person, Shaz Dog, I think it was.
Oh, don't ever call me Shaz Dog.
You got it. Absolutely. And it was this really weird dream. She was in this rugby football jersey that turned out to be just painted on. Oh. And it was kind of crazy, but it was amazing at the same time.
For those who don't have a long background with the Edge...
That wasn't a dream.
That
was
really
you
happened.
staring at a screen.
Oh, that's a video on our website.
Did that really happen?
Yeah, it did, mate. You know that happened.
Oh, that is excellent. That is excellent.
Gary.
We'll catch you on the wild side, Shazza.
Hey, hang on a second, Gary. I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're not my uncle, Gary, eh?
Hey, come on, Shaz. You know it is. We're from Invercargill. You know that.
No, shut up. It is not my Uncle Gary. Hey, thanks so much for calling. It's nice to know that I've still got it, babe.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the Edge.
And that is the end of the Thursday edition of the Guy, Sharyn, and Clint podcast.
What was that little chortle that you just did?
Oh, it was a hangover laugh from something Guy said just before I turned the microphone on.
Is it because when you're around Guy, you feel like you're hungover?
What, no, do you?
Sometimes, but that's only because I vomit when I'm hungover.
That was quite a good burn.
Bazinga.
You actually just Clint took that hook, line, and sinker.
Hey, mate, can you shut up?
Okay. That is quite a funny thing to do, eh? Just when someone's just having a general conversation, just to interrupt them and just go, excuse me, mate, can you just shut the hell up? Can I honestly say...
Hey, fuck off. No one likes you here,
No,
mate.
you can't drop F-bombs. You've gone too far.
Yeah, you took it too far, mate.
Sorry,
you can't
guys.
do that in public.
I got a little excited.
Before you drop the F-bomb, I can honestly say that today's show, I think, is the best show we've ever done.
Really?
Oh.
I loved it. We had so much cool stuff on it.
You shouldn't have said that inside the studio, mate, because now your head's not going to get out the door.
That was a real mum sort of call, eh?
That was a Guy Williams type burn.
It wasn't saying much. It was the cream of the
burning.
crop.
Stop! You're going downhill every time you do one. Stop burning.
You started okay, and then Shazdog, you've just been getting less
Stop
and
calling
less.
me Shazdog.
Stop doing the podcast. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See ya.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.